Saujanya, almost a 2-year-old girl child, they came to us from Kolar area. This child had a very bad pneumonia, and because of pneumonia we had to put the child on a ventilator. And what ventilator does is it delivers pressure to the lungs so that child can breathe easily. Now in 95% of children who have very bad pneumonia, when you put on ventilator support, it works quite well. It kind of decreases their effort to breathe, and then slowly the lung would recover. But unfortunately for Saujanya, she developed a complication of pneumonia, what we call as ARDS. And what happens in ARDS is a kind of a reaction within the lungs where the injury becomes quite significant. And even when it's ARDS, for majority of children, we do manage them well with different kind of ventilator support. So her initial ventilation did not do well, right? So we put her on a special ventilator device called as high frequency oscillation. In short, it's called as HFO. Again, in the rest of the 5%, around 4% of children do very well on HFO. But unfortunately for her, the lung disease was so severe, and instead of it's decreasing her effort to breathe, her lungs were just bursting like balloons, and air was just collecting all around the lungs, and her oxygen levels were dropping very quickly. And no matter what we did through ventilation, she was just appearing as if she was going to slip off from our hands. At this moment, what we thought is she would benefit from a special technology called as ECMO. And now ECMO is a very special technology. Not many places do, and it's very challenging to do in a very young child. And what ECMO does is essentially a bypass. So what we do here is we remove the blood from the body, put through an external machine called as oxygenator, and also a pump. So it's kind of a bypass machine which does both heart's work as well as lungs work, puts in oxygen to the machine and sends back to the child. Challenge is doing this is she's a young girl just weighing around 10 kilos. You need to put really big thick IV cannulas into biggest veins and remove all the blood, and you need to put a lot of blood thinners, and it is a challenging procedure. Not many centers can do this, and thankfully for us though, we put her on ECMO for almost 7 days, and over 7 days we saw the lungs gradually improving, and thankfully over 7 days we were able to come off ECMO, and she's shown remarkable recovery, and she's absolutely normal. Lungs have been absolutely normal, and glad to say that we were able to sail her home safely. And this kind of care can only be provided when you have a multidisciplinary team. We had an excellent support from our cardiac surgeons, from our cardiologist, and also from our perfusion team. And because of a good multidisciplinary team, we were able to provide an excellent outcome for this child.